SR&BG, Gangstalking, Breaking the Loop, and this is how they kill us. Before I start this video, I want to thank everybody that like, comment, share, and subscribe. I see it. God see it. Blessings to you in your situations. Just in case you don't make it to the end of the video, I wanted to thank you now. Thank you. And I mean that. I got a question and a comment. I'm going to summarize it. This question comment comes from Lunar Girl 338. A longtime supporter, commented, shared the videos. Lunar Girl want to know, why do the chosen ones die? Lunar Girl heard me say in other videos that the chosen ones are immortal and we don't supposed to die. We're just running on a death program. Lunar Girl knew a chosen one, and that chosen one died from cancer. Lunar Girl wants to know why. I'm going to tell you exactly why, Lunar Girl. Listen to this real quick.
In Dallas, I was in Dallas, Texas last year. This is the sickest I've ever been in my life. 19 days straight, I feel like I was going to die. The doctors couldn't tell me what was wrong. Now, mind you, I already been poisoned 3 times before. So I try my best not to get sick because, I don't know if my immune system gonna handle it. A spiritual person reaches out to me and says, look, you are under attack. I go through this little ceremony. They do all of these prayers. They made me wear a copper bracelet. And in 24 hours, bro, I was back to normal. But the day before that, we had just foiled a little trafficking ring that was going on. We united some people back to their family. And right after that, I was sick, bro. Bad.
So do you armor yourself with God before you?
Absolutely. More now than ever. And
you heard what he just said? So he was in Dallas. He got real sick. The doctors didn't know what was up with it. And then the spiritual person told him that he had an idiopathic disease. I made a video about idiopathic diseases. An idiopathic disease is a medical condition that arises without any known or identifiable cause. You know what I'm saying? Meaning doctors can't pinpoint a specific trigger. All of a sudden you wake up and you sick. You go to the doctor and they don't even know what the hell is going on. You hear what I'm saying? That's an idiopathic disease. What is hypochondriasis? You know that there's a spirit that governs over hypochondriacs. A hypochondriac is a condition where someone excessively worries about having or developing a serious undiagnosed illness despite medical reassurance that they are healthy. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Remember, this video is about how do the chosen ones die. Lunar Girl knew a chosen one that died from cancer. Why? How? How did they die if we're immortal? I'm telling you. An idiopathic disease is a disease that the doctors don't even know where it came from. I'm telling you that hypochondriacs sit up and they think that they have a disease. They think that they have a disease so much that they manifest the disease. I told you that we're master manifestors, right? So when we visualize the disease, we bring the disease closer. and closer into our reality until we're living with that disease. You want to know how they kill the chosen? Really, we kill ourselves. They can't touch us. They use the power of suggestion, right? So, a psychosomatic disease is a physical illness or symptom like headaches, stomach pain, or high blood pressure that is caused, triggered, or worsened by mental factors such as stress, anxiety, depression, or emotional distress, highlighting the strong link between mind and body. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I'm telling you how the chosen ones die from cancer, AIDS, and all other diseases when we're meant to be immortal. How the hell do a chosen one die from cancer? Because idiopathic disease, psychosomatic disease. This is what Big Homie CC was talking about. When you have an idiopathic disease, a psychosomatic disease, then you can't go to the doctor. I remember when I was younger, we had some childhood friends, and my mother told me that the mother of the childhood friends, she got into it with some Africans, and they put some white powder down, and all of a sudden she got sicker and sicker until she disappeared. The doctors didn't know what was wrong with her because it was an idiopathic disease. You see, they put us inside of the ghetto, surrounded by graffiti, death and decay, pissy hallways, and this produces a psychosomatic disease because a psychosomatic disease is a physical illness or symptom that is caused, triggered, or worsened by mental factors such as stress. This system stresses us out. Anxiety, depression, or emotional distress, highlighting the strong link between the mind and body. So listen to me right now. You want to know, Lunar Girl, you want to know why the chosen one developed these diseases when we don't supposed to. Imagine a person who's a master manifester, right? And all of a sudden the witches, warlocks, the sorcerers, they send this person a spirit that governs over hypochondriacs. Remember, I told you what a hypochondriac is. A hypochondriac is a person that think they got a disease so much that that shit manifests, right? So now this chosen one is walking around and they have this spirit on them. If they back hurt, they think they about to get paralyzed. It happened to me. They sent me this spirit. I thought that I didn't have cancer, AIDS, brain cancer. It was days that my head was just hurting. And repeated. This spirit, this voice was repeated on repeat. You have cancer. You have brain cancer. It even told me that that's why I'm so damn smart. Because I have brain cancer. Now just imagine if I believe that. I'm a master manifester. Imagine if I believe that. Then I bring that into my reality and then I do have brain cancer. Now let's surround me with being homeless. Let's mess with my finances. Let's mess with my mind. Put me in a rescue mission and watch me develop a psychosomatic disease, a physical illness that's caused, triggered, or worsened by mental factors such as stress, anxiety, depression, or emotional distress. You know how many people that work for the government developed a psychosomatic disease during the government shutdown? Do you even understand what I'm saying? I bet you half the people who was here when the video started, they ain't even here right now. And it's only 10 minutes and damn near 10 minutes and 30 seconds in. But for the rest of y'all, I'm telling y'all, this is how they kill us. They send us these spirits. And these spirits, they convince us. They convince us that we're sick. And all of a sudden, you become sick. They told me that African Americans suffer from high blood pressure and diabetes. And African Americans, especially African American males, they will check out at a certain age. I don't believe that. But a lot of people are put in situations that are stressful, that causes them anxiety and depression, like the ghetto. Like the whole system not being fair. That creates psychosomatic diseases. You know what an idiopathic disease is? You want me to tell you an example of an idiopathic disease? High blood pressure, AIDS, HIV, and diabetes inside of the African American community. Yeah. Listen, there's a series of questions that they ask a person if this person is checking themselves for AIDS or HIV. They say, have you ever been to a melanated country like the Congo or Ethiopia? Are you gay or bi? Or do you pick up prostitutes? And if this person is gay, especially if he's an African gay guy. Let's take a homosexual Nigerian. He go to the doctor. He already trusts the doctor because he have on a white coat. And then he's putting his life in the doctor's hand, and the doctor is taking his blood. And then he's coming back and he's asking these questions. And then the guy says, yes, I went to Nigeria because that's where my damn grandmama lived. And, you know, I like to get my butt busted. Now, this person might not have HIV. He just might not. But just by him answering those questions, the doctor can come back and convince him. You know how many people that don't even got that shit? Now listen to what I just said. You know how many people in Atlanta, in Houston, Texas, that didn't even have it? They answered those questions. They put their life inside the hands of sorcerers, and they gave them their blood, and then they believed what the sorcerer said, and then the sorcerer gave them all types of medications, and now they don't have a damn immune system. Because they developed a psychosomatic disease, an idiopathic disease. We talking about what big homie CC is talking about. How many people is walking around with diabetes, hypertension, HIV, AIDS, and they really don't even got that shit? Do you even understand what I'm talking about, man? This is how they kill us. They convince us that we're already dead. When I was 10 years old, in school, they told me that I don't supposed to live to be 25. I heard that growing up. And as I looked around, I seen people dying before they was 25. I heard that in the juvenile halls. I heard that on TV. I heard it on the news. The news people, they used to say, the young black males in South Central LA is not expected to live past 25 years old. And I believed it. And everybody I looked at believed it. And they manifested it. This is how they kill us. I don't believe that African Americans, blacks, foundational black America, whatever you want to call us, Israelites, every 6 years they change our fucking name anyway. So I don't know. All I know is my people, we don't just develop diabetes and hypertension and we're not the ones who's carrying all of the AIDS and all of that shit. It don't supposed to be like that. They convinced us of that. And then the universe, it starts to, you know, manifest the things that we believe the most. We start having a craving for the pork and the artificial sugars. If we go back 100 years ago, our ancestors did not crave the same bullshit that we craving right now. Hot Cheetos. Can you imagine going back to 1925 and trying to give them some damn hot Cheetos? You hear what I'm saying? It wasn't that many diseases back then because we didn't believe it. And being that we didn't believe it, they couldn't produce the food that gave it to us. They couldn't produce the chemicals that gave it to us because we didn't believe it. As soon as we started believing that all of my people get diabetes and hypertension, as soon as we start believing that shit, they start being able to produce the things that give us that. You hear what I'm saying? This is how they kill us. This is how they kill us. They make us think that we already dead. And we sit back and we visualize our own death. We look around, we see graffiti. When we listen to hip hop and drill music that talk about murder, death, decay. When we look, when we smell there's drugs and feces and sickness. And the touch is cold. Look, they surrounded us with stress. They surrounded us with things that will give us anxiety and depression so we can create psychosomatic diseases, idiopathic diseases. And when they send these spirits to us, these low-vibing spirits that govern over illness and sickness, the majority of people can't fight them off. Because everywhere they look, it's just graffiti. And the only thing they smell is blunts and piss. You hear what I'm saying? This is how they give us cancers. They convince us, the power of suggestion. They convince us that we have cancers. They convince us that we have diseases. And all of a sudden we manifest them diseases. And being that our manifestations are so strong, even the doctors can't heal us. This proves how strong we are by how we kill ourselves. And even the doctors, the trained doctors, they don't even have a clue because it's coming out of the nothingness. Listen to me, man. This is why we have to practice SR&BG, clear our mind, don't be fearful. If anything hurt in my body, I give it to the Most High, and I continue practicing SR&BG. I'm working out. I'm running. I'm running while I'm hurting. I'm running while I'm ill. I'm not accepting none of that. I'm not creating no psychosomatic, idiopathic diseases or nothing. And I know that I could be a hypochondriac, but with that energy, I'm creating me a good reality. All praises to the Most High. Thank you to everybody that like, comment, share, and subscribe. I see it. God see it. Blessings to you in your situations. Peace.